What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Your boy's getting this video out very, very late. Been struggling, man. I know you guys know I've been dealing with this illness, and man, it's like hit or miss every single day. I'll wake up feeling great some days, and the next day I feel completely terrible. Today's been one of those bad days, man. I've been struggling. Was honestly debating on not even recording again, which I've missed like 4 videos in the last week. So I was kind of like, you know what? That's not an acceptable thing to do. So we're here with the video, man. I got some picks I like a lot. I do want to talk about the Discord and how we've been doing this week, man. So this week, and I've been tracking this by myself every single day. The Discord that me and Ace post so far this week's up 12.5 units. And that's from between $100 to $200 unit size. I play $250 on some units, but I'm tracking every pick as 1 unit. So Ace, for example, plays $100 units. I play $250 units. So if Ace posts a $100 slip like this, I call it a 1 unit play. If I post a $250 unit like this, I call it a 1 unit play. So I'm not calling this like, oh, we want profited 4 units or anything. I'm doing this 1 unit per slip. That's the way I'm tracking. 12.5 units profit this week so far. We only had 1 losing day. The only losing day was Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday we lost 2 units. So we would actually be up about 14.5 units. Now, if you track that in a unit size specifically, we'll just say 150 to be exact, to meet in the middle between me and Ace at 12.5 units, you're looking at almost $2,000 profit. So great week, man. We've been killing it. Some of the slips from last night. I had Dak Prescott for fantasy score as our free pick. It cashed. We ended up going 3-1 yesterday on the free pick. So Aubrey PATs was the only one that missed. It should have cashed. Let's be honest. That last drive, I thought they were going to score and give Aubrey a PAT and cash us out. But unfortunately, he didn't. Dallas got beat. That was one of the units I lost yesterday was from Dallas. I put a unit on Dallas. I'm showing some of these wins. There you go. You guys can see them. I had Lakers money line last night. A nice $280 profit win. Got them for plus money. Same thing for the Sixers. I played the Sixers. That was sweaty. It cashed us along with some other slips. So this one I think was given for the free pick. So I had Ingram and Keontae George cashed us out for a nice unit profit. So anyways, guys, been killing it. If you guys want to join the Discord link's down in the description. Follow the plays and you're going to profit. You might have losing days. You might have losing weeks. It's going to happen. I do that. I mean, I've had losing months before. It's not like I profit every single month. Somebody who says they do, they're full of crap. I'm just going to be honest with you. So losses are going to happen. Over time, we stay profitable. And to me, that's all that matters. So $10 a week or $25 a month, you guys can join. If you want to join my coaching program, I got a type form, top link in the description. If you want to request to join, I'll be going through and we've turned a lot of people down. So just because you put in doesn't mean you're going to get accepted. But if it's something you're looking forward to, then or thinking about, then you can always fill out that type form. And I'm going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. If this video gets 250 likes, you guys already know how we do it. Every single video, I give a random comment a free month. So drop a like, leave a comment in the video. Super close to 40K subs, guys. I'm so thankful for all of you. I really am. One of my biggest goals has been 50K. Obviously, my eyes are set for 100K. I want that YouTube plaque. That's a massive goal of mine for the future. But 50K right now is one of my short-term goals, and we're super close to that. So if you guys help me achieve that, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to continue every single day to try to give you guys the best picks that I possibly can. I know I have bad days sometimes. I know I cough, and it's annoying right now. I had some comments talking about it yesterday. If you can't deal with an occasional cough right now, just click off the video, man. It is what it is. I'm trying. But anyways, picking our winner from yesterday. Let's go ahead and load these comments in. Winner's going to be for Jermaine G. I think I said that right. Jermaine G. He said, let's get it. Send me a message on Discord, Jermaine. I got you a free month of VIP, my man. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you guys. And let's talk about some of these games. So like I said, video's out a little bit later. I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter and sweeter until I get completely better. Well, let's talk about some of these games, guys. So we got Lakers versus the Celtics. Lakers on a back-to-back had a very, very close win last night versus the Raptors. We're in Toronto. They're on the road again versus Boston. They're traveling all over the place, man. Teams traveling are hard to bet on. Now, Lakers at plus 215. At no point can you say that that's a bad bet, especially versus the Celtics, who are potentially missing Jaylen Brown. So right now, a lot of the money's on the Lakers. Celtics are obviously a favorite for the reason. Like, they're favored to win. They're on a back-to-back as well versus Washington. It was a 40-point blowout. So I will say this game stayed competitive, though. This game was competitive to the fourth quarter or something. I mean, within 10, 15 points, majority of the game. So I actually had Wizards put a quarter of a unit on it as an upset. I didn't even post it because I didn't like to play it. It was like a last-second thing, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to risk this. But I did end up doing that. 45-point loss right now, so we can see how much time each player plays. So we can click Derek White here and look at his minutes. He played 29 minutes. So they played close to his original allotment of minutes. And missing Jaylen Brown last night. If Brown plays today, then obviously they're still at home. He didn't have to travel or anything, so Jaylen Brown will be fresh if he plays. Now, he's questionable for illness. If homeboy feels like I feel or like I felt in the last week, he's probably not going to play too well. But you never know with some of these players. Sometimes they sit just because they're tired. I mean, you never know. But Jaylen Brown might play tonight. Doncic might play tonight as well. He did sit last night. AR had a massive game last night. LeBron had a terrible game, broke his 1,400 game streak of 10 points. Weird how that happens, man, because I just want to talk about that for a minute. It hit mainstream about LeBron's 10-point streak, and it was all over the place randomly. It's not like somebody been keeping up for this for every 200 games they posted. 400 games now, 600. It hits mainstream. He has this massive streak. If you would have bet $10 on the streak, you'd be a millionaire, and people start betting big money on it, and then he all of a sudden just doesn't cash it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems fishy to me, but I'm not going to dive down that rabbit hole right now. But I kind of like the Lakers, man, plus money. I like taking them at plus 200 if Doncic plays and Brown sits. I think we got some good edge here. At 215, I can't not take them, even if the Celtics are probably in a better spot this game just because of the traveling. But I'm a risk a unit on it. I will at plus 215. There's no way I don't. So I'm going to call it Lakers on this one. If you don't like Lakers, obviously, just don't play it. Next game we have is the Heat versus the Magic. Neither team on a back-to-back. Neither team's played since the third. Both teams coming off losses. The Magic really looking, I was going to say a little bit better, but I guess not really, man. The Heat's been strong this season. I don't think the Heat are quite as good as they look personally. I think they're a decent team. I'm not saying they're bad by any means. Play very well at home. On the road, they've been playing hit or miss, man, and Magic at home are hard to beat. So I'm kind of leaning with the Magic here. Hero's doubtful. Obviously, Rozier's still in jail, so we don't know what's going to happen with that, but Orlando minus 200. Hard to take them for at that line, really. I wouldn't straight bet that, I don't think. I'd probably have to play it in a parlay. And if I was going to play that in a parlay, I'd probably buy it up Orlando plus 3.5 or something and just take minus 250 odds. That's probably what I would end up doing. So this one right now, based off of what I see, these lines, I don't like these lines enough to want to play them. But I am going to take the Magic to win the game. Next game, Knicks Jazz. I'm not diving into that. Knicks win, in my opinion. Then we got Raptors Hornets. I think this game stays pretty competitive, man. We got the Hornets who are not on a back-to-back. Raptors coming off of a tough loss versus the Lakers at home. They're on tired legs. They're going to struggle tonight. Brandon Miller's questionable. LaMelo is probable. Missing a lot of players for Hornets right now. Kalkbrenner's questionable. Trey Mann's questionable. Lots of potential guys sitting. Toronto, RJ Barrett still doubtful, probably not going to play. And then you got Pirtle, who's questionable for illness. Questionable for rest last night, back injury. He didn't play last night. Might play today, probably plays. So I do think Raptors win this game, but I think Hornets could keep it competitive enough to get some good player props there. Nuggets, Hawks. I'm taking Nuggets. I actually like this game for props. Believe it or not, man, I like Jamal Murray. I know Murray sold us on the free picks the other day, but I'm really leaning towards this. If you look at Atlanta, questionable Jalen Johnson, questionable Porzingis. Neither team are on a back-to-back. Nuggets are missing Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon. So I almost said Orlando Bloom. 100% almost said Orlando Bloom instead of Aaron Gordon. Why, I don't know, but anyway, that's literally what went through my head. Orlando. Maybe it's because I was thinking about the Magic. I don't know. Anyways, I like the Nuggets in this spot, even on the road. I think the Nuggets are the better team. Hawks dealing with a lot of injuries as well. Hawks could win at plus 200 at home, don't get me wrong. But playing the Nuggets with the Raptors or something, you could get some decent value here. Or you can play it with any other team you want. Maybe the Cavs. I think the Cavs are a good spot. Cavs are missing a lot of players, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I like the Nuggets in this game to win. Cavs versus Spurs. It's another game I was talking about. This one could be competitive, man. We got Castle and Wembanyama still sitting. On Cleveland side of things, you got Jared Allen and Garland still missing. So both players sitting leads a lot of usage for our man Donovan Mitchell and our man Mobley. Now, Mobley's kind of on my shit list. I'm not going to lie. Mobley's chalked me 4 times in a row. And the last time I told the Discord, I was like, I'm not going to play Mobley anymore because the dude couldn't get 2 PRA in the last 7 minutes of the game, and it was a close competitive game. So ended up not wanting to take Mobley. I'm leaning Donovan Mitchell here. I think Fox has a decent game as well. It is versus Cleveland. It's going to be a tough matchup, don't get me wrong. But I think this game stays competitive. Give me the Cavs to win. I do think the Cavs are the better team overall, fully healthy. I mean, it was 15-6. Well, I say that, and then you think about Wembanyama and Castle and how good the Spurs have been. I'm not going to say the Cavs are the better team because that's kind of a stupid statement. Both teams are pretty dang good. Both teams are fully healthy or playoff caliber teams. I think the Spurs, they're 15-6 right now. They're dominating. You can look at them the last few games; they're killing it. On the road, the Spurs have looked pretty decent. At home, the Cavs have looked pretty decent. This is a game where realistically the Spurs could win. Where they're sitting right now without Wemby, I think the Cavs are better. I think the Cavs without Jared Allen and Garland are better than the Spurs without Wemby and Castle. That's what I meant to say. So if you think the Spurs win at plus 156, they are definitely a live dog. Don't get me wrong. But the Cavs are kind of the team that I'm leaning, and I'm probably going to end up throwing a unit on them, or at least half a unit. Then we got the Pistons and the Blazers. Pistons coming off of a loss versus the Bucks, which tough loss, man. Pistons were up 20 in the first quarter when I played the Pistons money line, and that game they sold me. That was one of my losing days on Wednesday, I believe. Is it 2 days ago? Yeah. So that was one of my main losses on Wednesday. If they would have cashed me on Wednesday, I wouldn't have lost money. I'd be up still 13.5 units. But anyways, 12.5 units a week. Can't complain at all. I'm not complaining. But looking at Portland, missing a lot of players. You guys know how it goes with Portland. They've been injured all season long. Looking at Detroit, missing Duncan Robinson possibly. He's questionable this game. Duren is playing. Duren's been a freaking beast. Cade Cunningham's been, he's Cade. He's good, obviously. Last 5 games, the Pistons haven't looked nearly as good as they started the season. And I told you guys this. I said this team was on a massive streak. They were on a heater, and when teams are on a heater like that, they want to see how far they can take the heater. So that heater motivates you to want to win more games and more games. And once that's broken, I feel like a lot of your momentum just goes away. Now, I'm not saying this Detroit team is bad by any means. They're definitely one of the better teams in the league. I'm just saying, you can kind of see, lost to the Celtics, lost to Orlando. This game was at home. They lost to the Bucks. They barely beat Atlanta at home. They barely beat Miami. So, for a team that's been as strong as they are, I think they beat the Trailblazers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're going to lose, but I just think that they're not going to – the hype on the Pistons every game right now, you got to take them into more consideration than just the Pistons are a better team. Like the Bucks last game, for example. They should have beat the Bucks. They didn't. So I always keep an eye on that because literally momentum is a huge thing in sports that you need to look at. Pacers versus Bulls, probably a pretty decent game to target. I like Siakam in this game, I'm not going to lie. Kobe White's questionable. Dosunmu's questionable. I think Zach Collins is questionable. There's so many questionable players on the Bulls side of things. Can't touch them. So for me, it's Siakam only. I'm not going to touch this game until I figure out injury news in terms of betting. Fully healthy, Bulls win, in my opinion. If they're injured, maybe the Pacers have a chance of getting their 5th win this season. Rockets, Phoenix, just give me the Rockets. Not touching that. Clippers, Grizzlies, don't want to touch this game. Don't like this game at all. I don't care if it's a close spread. I may end up playing something on it, but right now I'm not really looking at this game. I'm looking at the other games. So for the free picks, I'm just going to fade this one. Same thing for Mavs versus OKC. Got a lot of blowout potential on it. OKC, better team playing at home. Dallas on a back-to-back. I think maybe they're not on a back-to-back. Don't quote me on that. Not on a back-to-back. My bad. Just came off a win versus Miami. That was the game that I meant to take them at plus money, and I got convinced not to. So, unfortunate on that one. But we have Philly versus the Bucks. This is another good game. I think this game stays competitive. Philly is on a back-to-back. I took them last night to win versus Golden State. They barely won. It was a very, very close game. They cashed me out. The Bucks coming off a win versus Detroit. Bucks are playing at home. No Giannis. Giannis and Franz is missing Giannis. Embiid is doubtful. Paul George is questionable. This is a spot where you can, it's even odds. I think Ryan Rollins has a good game. I like the matchup there for him. I hate playing Philly on the road on a back-to-back like this, but I think that they're the better team, and I think they're going to win. So, minus 107, maybe I sprinkle some on Philly again. But that being said, let's jump into some player props, guys, and let's talk about these and lock in some slips live. So, the first slip that I want to lock in is going to be for first play is going to be for Ryan Rollins. I was just talking about him. He's got a cool first name. That's not Ryan Dunn, Ryan Rollins. We're going to come over here, and I'm thinking this PRA, man. So his line's sitting at 30.5. You can get him at 28.5 on Prizepicks or 29.5 on parlay play. I really like the 28.5. If you look at it, he's only cashed at 10 of 23 games on the season. You'd be like, wow, a 43% hit rate. Why would you ever look at this? You got to look at it without Giannis, without players, without Giannis. 6 games, he's cashed at 5 of 6. He's averaging 38 PRA almost in 6 games. One game he had 52 versus Philly, playing against Philly again, head-to-head data. The only game he has where he played, what was the minutes on that one? 40 minutes that game. He's averaging 36 minutes per game without Giannis. Philly gives up a crap ton of stats. This is a great spot for Ryan Rollins, man. This is a spot where it's hard to fade him at 28.5, and that's what it is on Prizepicks. Like I said, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, you can get him down to 28.5, which is a line that I like. On parlay plays, a little bit worse, or it was 29.5. I'm willing to lock it in at 29.5, but I think I'm going to save this for Prizepicks. So, so 1.64x for this one. We'll check the value between 29.5 and 28.5 because I'm not going to let, if it's like a half X payout difference, I'm not going to fade him at 29.5 for one more PRA because realistically, if he catches one, he probably catches both, but that is going to be pick number one. Who are we pairing Ryan Rollins with? I'm pairing him with Pascal Siakam. I like Siakam at 29.5. You can get him on both Prizepicks and parlay play at 29.5. Siakam has been sweaty at this line versus Chicago. It's a fast-paced game. Look at Chicago's stats. They give up more stats than pretty much any other team in the league right now. Very fast-paced game that doesn't play very well, very good defense. Siakam is going to be one of these is going to be one of the star players for Indiana, obviously. They're still missing Nesmith and a lot of other players that you can see here. So I like the chances here for Siakam to give us 30. Cashed it 16 of 21 games on the season. He's cashed me majority of games. Head-to-head, he's cashed it 4 or 5 versus the Bulls. There's really not any reason other than just having a gut feeling to not take Siakam. If you have a gut feeling, just fade him. But I like Pascal here. 29.5 PRA, you can get him. This gives us a 1 point or a 2x on the dot. So a nice double up on the dot, which is beautiful in my opinion. So Siakam over here on Prizepicks. And we can come over here and we can take a look. You can only get him at 31.5. So getting Siakam at 31.5 is still a 1.8x. There's no reason to play this on Prizepicks. Terrible value. No. All right, so this is what I'm locking in. I'll take a 2-point discount for Siakam to take a 1-point bump on Rollins for a better payout. 100%. Lock it in. This is live. Sometimes it takes, I don't know why it lags sometimes, but that's going to be the first 2 picks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, this next slip, I'm playing some discounted lines, some pretty heavy ones, because I was struggling to find a nice slip that I liked until this one. And some people are going to look at this and be like, that is a dumb 3-man slip, but I like it. And if you don't want to play it, you don't have to play it. So I'm just going to throw that out there. This is just something I'm playing. I'm up 12.5 units. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing to profit. It's a nice 1-unit play to win another unit. 250 for 500. Siakam, Rollins will refresh. You guys can see 100% legit. All right, next slip. First play that I have for this one. I have our man Donovan Mitchell. Now I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. He is a boost right now on parlay play. He's one of the only boosts that I really wanted to take. 24.5 points. He's been good for 25 points majority of games where Garland's sitting. So his original line is 29.5. You go 24.5. He's cashed it 71% of games. You come over here to games without player, no Jared Allen, no Garland. 2 of 3 games, he's averaging 32 points per game. He's going to be the go-to guy in this game, 100%. He's averaging, 23 field goal attempts per game without Jared Allen and Garland. So he's definitely going to be the guy that gets the most usage. Either him or Mobley pop off today. If one of them doesn't, the other one does, in my opinion. They're going against the Spurs. Spurs don't give up very many stats. I do understand that. Head-to-head data for Mitchell, he's had 25 and 26 points in his last 2 games, respectively, versus the Spurs. This is a game where I'm pretty sure Garland played both of those. Let's take a look. Yeah, so, I mean, scoring enough points on them with the starters. So, I like the spot here from Mitchell for a boosted play. It does end up being a 1.35x, so that's why I locked in. If you like it, play it. If you don't like it, just fade it. You're not going to be able to play this one on Prizepicks. The value's not going to be nearly as good, so just going to go and throw that out there. Donovan Mitchell, second play I played with him was for our man Murray. I told you guys I like Murray in the spot without Aaron Gordon and without Christian Brown. I liked him the last time he chalked us. It's the same prop, 19.5 points. He has a 70% hit rate. He just dropped 52 points 2 games ago versus Indiana. It's another spot versus Atlanta that's going to be very fast-paced. This is a game that could stay pretty competitive. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think Denver wins, but for Murray, giving us 20 points is really not that bad, man. He does it 70% of games. If you play him 7 of 10 games for this, he's going to cash. Now, why did I end up making this a 3-man? If you play these two together, you get a 1.73x. You got to have a 1.75x to get a prop on parlay play. So, for example, 250 wins 432. That's $180 profit. I'm cool with playing a 1.73x if I could. I can't. So I threw in another play that I thought I would like today, and I threw it at the lowest number I could get. So I took De'Aaron Fox for 24.5 PRA. His original line is 34.5. 10-point discount. He gives us 25 about every game. It's not good value. All this does is put me up to a 1.85. Just puts me over the threshold. Taking a play that I think is very safe just to put me over that threshold so I can play these two. These are the two bread and butter of the slip. This one's just giving me a little bit of a boost. So De'Aaron Fox, let's pull him up. 24.5, he's cashed majority of games. 92%, 12 of 13 games on the season, he's averaging 35. You go to games without Wembanyama, 9 of 9 games, averaging 37. So he's catching 100% of games. Like, this is a very safe prop versus Cleveland. I think this game stays competitive, like I said. Honestly, the Spurs could pull out a win here. If it becomes a blowout, yeah, he might. I mean, he should be able to cash this even in a blowout. Are there any blowout games here? I mean, the lowest he played was 29 minutes versus Orlando. That definitely wasn't a blowout, but he still ended up cashing the line. So that's what I'm doing, guys. If you don't want to take my mindset on this play, you don't have to. Like I said, it's your money. Do what you want with it. This is how I'm going to play it. It cashes me out $212 profit, almost a full unit. I'll take my chances on this one. So those are the two slips I'm locking in. If you want to play around with the props and put them in your own slips and mix and match the way you want, do that, guys. Right now, parlay play, code Fantasy Aces gets you a free month of VIP. We've been smashing parlay play. Let's keep doing it. Same thing for any of the apps in the description. You can get up to 8 full months of VIP for signing up for any partnered apps. They're all down in the description. Tell me why this isn't loading. I don't know. It's getting on my nerves, though. But, okay. It's actually starting to tilt me a little bit. I'm going to refresh. Did it not lock my slip in? Literally? Oh, my goodness. Parlay Play's been bugging this morning, by the way. I couldn't get the website to load for the first, 30 minutes. So let's lock this in fast before they end up taking the prop off the board. That's going to piss me off. If I play it twice, it's going to piss me off. All right. We're good to go. I don't know why it was bugging out. But Fox, Mitchell, Murray, 250 for 460. Siakam, Rollins, 250 for 5. Lock them in. You got $462 profit. If I did this every single day for 30 days, well, how much profit would that be? Calculator. Let's do that. So we do, what was the profit total? So 462.5, 462.5 times 30. If we could do this every day, that'd be 14 grand a month. Now, obviously, I can't do that every day. I may not even do it today. I'm just saying. That's kind of how I like to look at things. Did I just change my... All right, guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know how long this was up there. It's another style video I had for a long time ago, so I don't know how long that was up there. The math was like 14 grand if you didn't see that. I'm going to have to do some editing probably. But anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys cash every slip. Join the Discord if you haven't already. It is free to join. Join our WAP if you want to get all the picks. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video after hopefully we get us that sweep.